Do you know that Disney might be ruining the lives of your favorite celebrities?
How?
So everybody knows Selena Gomez and Miley Cyrus, how they both work for Disney and everybody loved their music.
I do.
Right, but stars under Disney contract have said their lives were miserable and they're really restricted on what they can do in their daily life.
I've heard a lot of Disney Channel stars say that it was very traumatizing.
Yeah, so I read an article that Disney stars have to approve the clothes they wear every day and they can't have any bad words in their songs. And Disney made it very clear that if they broke these rules, their contract would be over because they don't want to lose their kid-friendly image.
I guess that makes sense.
Right, but there's a theory that Disney stars try to get fired on purpose so that Disney will end their contract, but the only way out is to break their rules.
Wait, what?
Okay, but a Radio Disney employee said that when Miley Cyrus released her song Can't Be Tamed, the very next day, Disney canceled everything connected with Miley Cyrus and canceled her contract.
I remember when that song came out.
Right, so Disney stars break the rules and make inappropriate music on purpose so Disney will end their contract and they can go live on their own career.
So basically, they're trying to get themselves fired.
What if I told you Monsters Inc. and Toy Story were connected?
Well, I guess you're connecting two of my favorite movies.
So remember in Monsters Inc. that one monster runs out of the room because he's super scared and he's crying?
Are you talking about the big blue one with the claws?
Yeah, so I saw this article, and if you pause the movie right before he slams the door, you could see a poster on the wall. And guess where else you see that poster?
Where do you see it?
So in Toy Story 1, in Sid's room, he has the same exact poster on the wall.
Wait, doesn't the monster say there's a girl in the room?
Right, but what if the monster got scared because he was expecting to see Sid in his room, but instead it was Sid's little sister, and that's why he got scared.
Gosh, I bet Sid's sister's evil just like Sid.
Right, but there's another theory that Randall used to scare Andy.
Wait, how do you know that?
So remember when we see Randall practicing camouflage on the different wallpapers, and we see him practice on a wallpaper with white clouds in a blue background? The only other place we see that wallpaper in any Pixar movie is in Andy's room.
Wait, remember at the end of Monsters Inc., Boo has a Jessie doll from Toy Story, and she gives it to Sully?
Exactly. They're all connected, man.
I feel like this makes the movies more interesting to me.
Have you ever heard of the ScoobyDoo theory?
Daniel, don't you dare ruin Scooby-Doo for me.
Okay, so there's a theory that Scooby-Doo was a Russian spy.
What?
Okay, so everybody knows Scooby-Doo is one of the greatest cartoons ever created, but it was created in 1969, during the time of the Cold War and the space race.
What was the space race again?
So the space race was a race between the US and Russia to see who could get a human to space first.
Okay, I remember this now.
But Russia didn't want to risk sending humans, so instead, they successfully sent dogs to space. So you ever wonder why Scooby's so smart and can do human things like talk and walk on two legs?
Why?
So the theory is that Russia scientifically created dogs that were highly intelligent so they could send them to space. And Scooby is one of those dogs, but he failed all of his tests and training because of how distracted he got by food.
Typical Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, so instead they sent him to America to be a Russian spy dog. But he ran away from his Russian owners and the US found out that Scooby was on the loose in the US.
Oh my gosh.
And this is why the original show is called Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Is because he's on the run from the CIA.
Well, I'm glad you didn't ruin Scooby-Doo for me.
You're welcome.
So I have a theory about the new Spider-Man No Way Home movie.
Wait, what?
So you know in the show Loki, how they call the different versions of Loki variants? Which is basically showing us the multiverse, how there's different versions of the same character.
Yeah.
And you know how it's rumored that Tobey Maguire is going to be in the new Spider-Man movie?
Dude, I'm gonna freak out if that actually happens.
So this is where the theory comes in. You know how in every single Spider-Man movie, we see Uncle Ben and they show how he dies?
Yeah.
But in Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man, we've never seen what Uncle Ben looks like.
Right.
What if Tobey Maguire in Tom Holland's variant timeline was actually Uncle Ben? And when Tom Holland sees Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man for the first time, he's going to get really emotional because he looks just like his Uncle Ben. Because Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is actually a variant of Uncle Ben in Tom Holland's timeline.
Wait, that would be so crazy if they connect both universes like that.
It would make the movie better because you would see like this relationship that Tom Holland has with his Uncle Ben again. I have a crazy story. What if I told you a shark saved a guy's life?
Okay, it's either a really lucky guy or a really nice shark.
So I read this article written in 2015 by Sarah Kaplan. So Eugene Finney, a father of two kids, went on a trip to Huntington Beach in California. So they wanted to go to the beach to hang out. So Eugene was playing with his kids in the water when all of a sudden he got hit by something really hard. And he said he felt the worst pain he's ever felt in his whole life. He realized that he was just bitten by a great white shark.
What the heck?
So he didn't want to ruin the trip for his family. So he's like, I'm not going to go to the hospital. I'm fine. So then a few days later, he started to feel that pain again. So he's like, I'm going to drive myself to the hospital.
Eugene sounds like a legend. He got bit by a shark and he just wiped it off.
So the doctors had to do many tests and x-rays on Eugene. The tests found that Eugene had a form of a deadly cancer growing around his heart.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, the doctors were able to treat it and remove the cancer out of his body. Eugene was very lucky that the doctors were able to remove the cancer because if they waited any longer, he would have probably died because the cancer was growing so quick. If the shark never bit him, he would have never known he had cancer. The shark actually saved his life.
Dude, this guy's the luckiest guy to walk on the planet.